What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics. Today we are going to be discussing another part of the story creation process. And this sort of relates to the plot outline and the writing segments that we have just covered. So, whenever it comes to actually getting in there and creating the story, you will have your rough draft phase. And that is a point whenever you have your initial idea and you're trying to get that onto the page. Now, sometimes you may come up with stuff in your plot outline and you're in the middle of writing it and you say to yourself, this makes no freaking sense. And you just want to go back and you want to change something. Believe it or not, that is entirely okay. Because whenever you're in this phase of just getting stuff onto the paper and going with whatever plot outline you originally thought of, you are at a point where you can change certain things. If you wanted to go in and change your character's name, you can do that. If you want to change a plot point, you can do that. If you wanted to change the ending of your story at this point, you can do that. The beauty of the rough draft phase is that nothing is permanent. So, you can go in and you can make as many changes as you want. Lord knows, I have made a lot of changes to my stories. And I'm going to give you guys an example of one right now, because it involves an actual very big change. So, in my first book, Red Skies Upon Us, I had originally gone into it with a completely different villain in mind. So, in this story, I have the Pirates of the Red Sky being led by Captain Riggs, and at this point, he is still trying to court the daughter of the Commodore. At the same time, him and the crew are going to an island called Isla de Dolor. Translates to the Island of Pain. And on that island, they encounter the villain of this story, a mermaid named Auroras. And originally, Auroras was not the main villain. She actually wasn't really a villain at all. She was a non-factor. Originally, the main villain of the story was going to be the pirate that she had fallen in love with many years ago, named Captain Marstow. Now, I had gone into the whole plot outline planning for Marstow to be the main villain, the big bad. And he would be leading like a ship of ghosts, and he would be tasked with bringing all these ghosts to the island to protect the treasure that's hidden there. And whenever I got to writing that point, I realized that his role wouldn't make any sense. And instead, that would be sort of better suited for something later on in the series. Not with Marstow in the role, but as a role for a different character. And I switched the villain role to being Auroras, because she is another magical being. She's someone who can be an instant threat to the pirates, and she fit into the story a lot better than what the original idea with Marstow had. So that set into motion a whole change for pretty much the entirety of the series, because if I didn't have Auroras as the main villain in book 1, then that would have been leading to a lot of changes for book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5. And as you can probably guess, this started with just realizing that something needed to be changed. I could not go with the original story idea because it would have led to too many issues, because I kept thinking about it and I realized this is not going to work, because the audience they're going to have far too many questions about it. They're going to they're not going to be given enough information about Captain Marchdow that would allow them to see him as a big threat. So I went in, I made that change, and now I have 5 books out of it. And honestly, I am so happy that I did that, because if I had stuck to my original idea, the Red Sky series would have been just the Red Skies Upon Us. It would have been 1 book and done. 1 and done, no more after that. Maybe some stuff that's like completely unrelated to the story in that book. But as it is now, that one change, that one beneficial change, was able to help me put all of the pieces together to create a universe, a flowing story, and allowed me something to build upon for the future. So, whenever you are looking at your outline, or you're at a point in your book where you really want to switch it up, and you think, no, I went so far into this, I really want to I have to soldier on and just keep going with this because that's how I wrote it down, that's how I originally planned it. Stop. You don't have to do that, because if you want to change it, you can. And sometimes, if you change it, then you may end up with an even better outcome than what you had originally envisioned. Have you guys had anything like this happen to you before? If you did, please leave a comment down below, because I'm curious to hear what your experiences are with changing a story. And if it is something that led into a big difference in your story's universe, let me know that as well, because I'm curious. I got 5 books out of my little tiny change. So let me know what you guys' changes were in your stories. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to show all of these lessons to you to help create a better product and story. Also, if you would like to check out my pirate story, the Red Sky series, then both of those are available on Amazon and Kindle. I really hope that if you do decide to check it out, I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace out.